Today's topic is we have been working on anxiety with people. We have been working on helping people overcome anxiety. We have been working on helping you as a practitioner, would-be practitioner, or even in your own life, to actually work out what's happening with the anxiety, how it's showing up, where it's coming from, and how to actually move through it. Because anxiety is such a great big topic. So for me as a practitioner, I'm going to work with a client and they come up with, they've got some anxiety. My questions are always going to be around, so let's help them to unpack that. So when they tell me the anxiety, I understand that the anxiety is the thing and it's the symptom, it's the reaction, it's the thing that's happening to them in the now. But what we really want to know is what's causing it? What is holding it in place? What is it a reaction to? Because it really is a symptom. The anxiety is a symptom of other stuff going on. Now you hear our metaphor, tabletop, table legs, that anxiety is a tabletop. So I really want to help people to get into their own table legs, to be able to really move through this level of anxiety, but be able to get that sense of relief from it. And to also to be able to dump the label. Dumping the label is one of my biggest, most favorite things. Now, over the last week or so, probably even a bit longer, probably the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've been asking questions on our Facebook group and in my private page to give us your questions. If you had the opportunity to sit with me and ask me any questions about tapping or any questions about tapping and how it comes together with anxiety, what would those questions be? So I've got a list of them. So I apologize for while I read the list and share out for the list, because I want to make sure that all these questions are answered because people have taken the time to ask them. So how can EFT tapping help with anxiety? So what we do with tapping is, with your anxiety, to sit there and just tap on all this anxiety, it's probably too global. What I would get you to do is, if you are the one that's experiencing anxiety, feel into your body. So where in my body am I experiencing this anxiety? Where am I actually feeling it come up? Where am I actually feeling it as a sensation? Focusing into that. So if I had it coming up and say it was my chest, say if I had anxiety and I have it in my chest, what I would probably be able to start with is, and this is simplistic, is start with all this anxiety and it's stuck in my chest. All this anxiety, the sensations in my chest, and feel into that. Then what you're doing as you're tapping, just feel into your body and listen and see if an emotion comes up that you can work with. I have this anxiety, it's in my chest, I wonder what it is. And ask yourself, I wonder what it is. But use your body as the support, and use your body to help you to figure out what's going on for you. Right? That's the first one. Next one, is EFT tapping safe for anxiety management? It absolutely is. And here's the reason why, particularly if you're doing it on your own. If you do it with a practitioner like me, they'll hold the space for you. They'll give you the support and they'll hold the space with you and for you. But if you're doing it on your own as anxiety management, the chance of you taking yourself into a deep, dark, secrety crevice in your own brain that you don't want to open up is probably quite slim, because our brains are exceptionally clever at being able to help us to, when something gets too scary, too overwhelming, too much, the brain takes us away. Suddenly, your phone's really important. Suddenly you need to go and make a cup of tea. Oh, look at that cobweb up there. Something will catch your attention when you're getting into things that are too intense or too detailed. So from an anxiety management point of view, if you do the protocol I just gave you, which was feel into the body and feel where it is, and from the body, utilize that. So if you're someone who does have anxiety and maybe you have it every day, if you just sat with yourself for a couple of minutes a day and just, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe. Or you could use the other 3 words, I am fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Or use I am okay. Any of those 3 little words as a daily management tool. You get up in the morning, you're feeling a little bit jittery. I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. Right? That's what you're going to do for the anxiety management side. Okay, how many EFT tapping sessions are typically required for anxiety relief? So if we're talking about working with a practitioner, again, when we talk about anxiety and anxiety relief, we are going into the table legs with you. So it really depends on how much, what are the events that have caused this anxiety to present in you? What are the events that keep happening? What are the recurring thoughts? What is the limiting beliefs? What's the conversation in your head that is keeping this anxiety in you, the label and the sensations stuck in your body? What are they? You want to go and look at those. So I personally, I don't like to do single EFT sessions. I just don't think we get enough traction unless I'm working on something like a phobia or something like that. Phobias or a craving's fairly easy, but something when we've got a very global term like, I have anxiety, you could probably expect to at least need 3, maybe 4 sessions to start with. If you plan for that, to know that you're going to need probably 2, 3, 4 to start with, and then you and your practitioner will gauge it from there. As I said, I don't tend to do singles because I just don't feel we get enough, particularly something that's quite global like anxiety. Expect to be doing sort of, 3 to 4 sessions with somebody, and what they'll do is they'll get in underneath it, and that's what you want. You want them to get in underneath it. Okay, can I use EFT tapping along with other anxiety treatments? Depends, I guess, what the other anxiety treatments are. If you're on medication for anxiety, that's a conversation you have with your medical practitioner who prescribed the medication. Not something I will ever talk to you about getting off. But can you use it with mindfulness? Absolutely. Can you use it with meditation? Absolutely. It is a mindful tool. It is a tool that helps to release and move and shift energy and start to move energy through the physical body. It actually moves along sort of energy lines and stuff. So it actually moves. So anything that's still in that mindful space and is in that that body healing, that body calming space, you can absolutely use tapping with it. But again, if you're talking medication, make sure you talk to your medical practitioner, GP, not me, about whether you stay on that medication or not. That's up to them to manage that with you if that's a part of your anxiety protocol that's happening for you. Can I learn EFT to help for anxiety self-help? You absolutely can. EFT tapping was originally invented as a self-help tool. EFT was not invented for practitioners. It was not invented to be used with clients. It was created, developed, and invented to be used for self-help, for you to manage your own body, manage your own sensations, manage your own thoughts, and be able to help and clear and heal all of those. So it absolutely can be taught for self-help. We have a foundational training of EFT that we offer, which is an online course where you'll learn all the facets of EFT, and there's a personal development part of it to teach you how to apply it to your own life. Can you learn on YouTube? Yes, you can learn the basics and you can learn how to physically do the tapping. I'm not so sure that the YouTube videos will give you how to apply it to your own life, though. The anxiety tapping that people put out there probably give you a little bit, but remember, your words are more important. So when I gave you the protocol to start with about tapping through the points, think of what the words are, feel into what the words are, and the words that pop into your head are the words you're going to use at each of the points for yourself. All right? Self-help, absolutely. Are there any potential side effects of tapping for anxiety? As I said, if you're doing tapping for yourself and doing tapping on your own, the chance of you uncovering or getting deeply or far enough into something that's particularly traumatic or by yourself is probably not likely to happen. Well, the side effects that possibly are going to happen, and the cheeky side effects of tapping, is you're going to feel better. Some people don't necessarily want to feel better. You're going to feel calmer. Some people don't necessarily want that. They like having their story and their drama and all the rest of it. You're going to feel a continued sense of calm in the body. But what's also going to organically happen is your relationships will change and how you interact with other people will change. So there are those side effects. But in terms of negative side effects, I don't believe there's going to be too many negative side effects. However, let me add to that, though, if it does, so if you are doing tapping on your own and you are journaling and you're getting into some of the events that have happened in your life and you find yourself triggered, or you find yourself activated, and you find yourself not feeling like you're going to be able to cope with that very well, that's where you get in touch with someone like me as a practitioner to hold the space for you and take you through a couple of sessions of being able to work through whatever it is you've got going on, so that there aren't the side effects. So there's the bit for you. When you get to the side effects and things like that happen, get in touch with someone like me, book a couple of sessions with me, and we'll get you through to the other side. Now, once you start with someone like me as a practitioner, it doesn't mean you have to stay with me forever. I do not see clients for long term. I feel if I do, I'm not doing my job. They come and they go. You may come into a couple of sessions with me. We clear a lot of the stuff that you've got going on. You then get to go off on your own again and do some of the work on your own again with your own journal, your own tapping work, your own stuff. Then if you hit another block, you come back again. But it's not something that you would see someone every single week for God knows forever, because we're clearing and moving. We're not like talk therapy where it's just re-traumatizing you or rehashing. We actually do things with it. All right, that's that one. All right. Can EFT tapping help with specific types of anxiety disorders? Yes, it can. Now, the anxiety disorders, I'm always really reluctant with the labels. I don't like the labels. I appreciate that in some treatments for clients that there are need to give labels. I have lots of clients come to me with labels that have been given by their psychologists, their psychiatrist, or whatever. I have lots of that. I get that they need them for whatever diagnosis they have going on, or how they plan to help their clients. But for me, I'm not going to deal with someone who's got the label. If it's not appropriate for them to work with me, we refer them on. But if they're working with me and we're working through stuff and they come to me and they've got a diagnosis of a disorder, or a label as I refer to it, I'm going to sidestep the label, and I'm going to get them again to come into, you've got the label, you've got the thing, that's a tabletop, what holds it in place. We're still always going to go into those table legs. We're always going to go into that stuff at the bottom. What are the events? What happened to you during your life that is causing this heightened sensations in your body? What were the events that actually happened? What was done to you and for you and around you? But more importantly, what was the story you told yourself around that event? Because it's the story we tell ourselves. The thing happened, boom, done, gone. It's the stories that we still get to keep going with and keep repeating and repeating. So we're going to work with our clients in that and sidestep the fact that they have any other sort of label that's that they've got hanging around. Here's the next one. Is EFT tapping suitable for children or teenagers with anxiety? Oh my goodness. I would love to have this firmly ingrained as tapping in the schools, in the playground, in the classroom, so that our young people can help their own bodies to self-regulate. They can help their own bodies to get past something the teacher says that triggers us. Because I don't know about you, but I've still got things in my head that I'd had to deal with that my teacher said when I was in kindergarten, year 1, year 2. Clearly, that was a long time ago for me. So the ability to be able to have it with children and teenagers, absolutely amazing. Now, littler children, smaller children are probably going to be more agreeable to do these weirdo tapping things that mum or dad does and actually sit with you and tap with you in the evenings. And you absolutely can do some tapping with your children before they go to bed, after they come home. If they're telling you a story of this happened at school and that happened at school and this happened at school, just tap on the points and let them regurgitate what happened at school, and try to get them to tap while they're doing it, by you tapping on the points. Now, if they won't do all the points, just hear and let them tell their story, but let them actually process the emotions and the thoughts and the feelings and the sensations, and actually do some calming on their own body by just getting them to do that. And so the little you get to do them, the easier it seems to be. As they get into teenagers, they get sort of a bit more rebellious and a bit like, I'm not doing that. So do this. So this is an easy, suitable way for you to get your children into tapping. Now, I have a beautiful friend who does tapping with her grandchildren, because she sits and does it and she talks the conversation, and all the little ones all tap along with her. They've got no idea what they're saying, and it doesn't matter. But hey, Nanny, can we do that tappy thing? It's part of their bonding with Nanny. It's part of them spending time with Nanny, and they get to do this thing with Nanny, and they also feel their bodies feel better when they do this. Now, can we force our children to do this? Absolutely not. I'd rather we didn't do that. That seems very, very unnecessary when we can give them coping tools and coping strategies that they like to do and want to do and feel empowered to do, not yet another thing that mum and dad force them to do. As for our teenagers, let's talk about our teenagers. We would love for our teenagers to do far more of this, because they seem to be the ones that have far more anxiety, far more issues going on for them, far more stuff being bombarded at them, all of the stuff that comes with them, and they get very, very, very overwhelmed. Same again for your teenager. If you can get them to tap just here, that would be fantastic. If you can get them to go through their other points, amazing. Well done you. You might have a beautifully compliant, happy teenager who's happy to do that. But even if they just learn this part, and they can use it at school, they can use it when things happen at school. I did have my niece doing this. I'm pretty sure she doesn't do it anymore. She's got into that rebellious age. But just for this, very, very suitable for children, very suitable for teenagers. The fact that they're doing it on their own body is, there isn't any, it's not being done to them, if that makes sense. That's probably the easiest way to put it, because they're tapping on their own bodies. They're actually being able to be done to them themselves. So nobody's actually doing anything to them. All right, can you take a child or a teenager to a practitioner such as myself? Yes, you can. The child needs to have full consent. The child needs to be very, very on board. And if you're a parent and you're thinking your child needs to come and do some sessions, practitioner who's a good practitioner, because I'm going to do it for you, I'm going to suggest you as the mum or the dad have some sessions as well, because it's not just the children that need the support. There's usually a whole lot of integrated family things that are going on as well. Alrighty, so how do I find a qualified EFT practitioner for anxiety? So all of our beautiful practitioners are able to help you through any level of anxiety that you have going on. So for myself, you can direct message me through this group or wherever you are seeing this, hello@australiantappinginstitute.com.au, or you find myself, Lorna Hollinger, you come and find me and I can take you through. Alternatively, on the Australian Tapping Institute website, so head to our website, australiantappinginstitute.com.au. When you're on that website, you'll find a page that says Find Practitioners. Now, our graduates, our ever-growing list of graduates are on that page. We are getting more and more as they come through when they send their forms, and we get them onto that page. Any one of those will be able to support you and help you to get through whatever's causing your anxiety to be there. We train them. We make sure they know how to do this work. They are highly skilled because we make sure they do before they graduated. We make sure that that's the case. They will be able to help you to move through this. I mean, anxiety, we're going to talk about it. Symptom. We want to get rid of the symptom. We want to clear away the stuff underneath that's holding your symptom in place. So thank you for all of your questions. It was really lovely to be able to do it like this. We're going to continue to do this once a month, where we're going to do if you had the opportunity to ask me any question you want to ask me on a particular topic, you can do so. I'm Lorna Hollinger from the Australian Tapping Institute, and I'm going to say it's always wonderful to come and spend time with you and share my knowledge with you and be able to just help the world heal just far, far, far more. So I will see you again very, very soon.